G'day, I'm Vic from Shordee Generators. I wanted to introduce you to a friend of mine, mate of mine actually, Michael from ANA. He's going to tell us about this little beauty from Airman.
Hi, my name is Mike Piasta. I'm with ANA Corp, the North American distributor for Airman Generators. What Airman Generators are is they are a ultra high quality, best in class sound attenuated diesel mobile generator. Let's talk about this one in specific. This is our SDG25, giving us 25 kVA of prime power and 27 kVA of standby power. We're going to open it up and take a look at some of the features. So first thing, when we open it up, we'll notice that we have stainless steel hardware on all of our removable doors for easy access to the equipment. A large 32-hour runtime at full load fuel tank built in. Sound attenuation, like I mentioned earlier, that gives us best in class sound rating. Automotive door seals so that it keeps the weather, the dust, the dirt, and everything out of the equipment. Very high quality Isuzu diesel engine driving it.
Can't beat Japanese.
Cannot be Japanese. As well, if you notice, all of the service points on this engine, as well as external fuel connection, are on curbside, which makes it easier for you when you pull it up to a job site. When you need to do your service, everything is right here. You open one set of doors, you're not out in traffic. It's safer and easier for servicing. We have all of our winter options added into this one. So we have fuel heat, we have engine heat, as well as a cold crankcase ventilation system heater, which gives us the ability to operate and strive in Canadian winters in the cold weather. So we can close this up here and we'll look at distribution. So nice lockable door for the danger zone. All right, this is where the power comes out. Open up right away, you'll notice that we have our standard lug configuration for connection, but we also have our single phase point connections as well, with two 50 amp and four 20 amp connections for our single phase. This generator is capable of doing both single and three phase in voltages of 120, 240 single, 277, 480 three phase, as well as 120, 208 three phase. One last thing is these are all powder coated so that they will look good and last and stand up for years to come.
I know that because I was wiping it down. I cleaned it all up nicely.
As well as the generator we have sitting behind us, we also have multiple size ranges in standard gen configuration. So we range from 13 kVA up to 400 kVA in 9 different sizes. So we generally fit into most nodes in that size range. As well, we have compressors. We are industry leading manufacturer of compressors. We range there from 100 CFM up to 750 CFM in multiple pressure configurations as well. We also have the pride of our company, and that is our eBOS offering, which is a hybrid generator system. So what that is a battery system out front, our eBOS battery, in conjunction with our generators to give you a true seamless hybrid diesel generator system. The advantages to our hybrid system is when you are working in a situation like where you have high peak load but low average load, what you get in with today's tier 4 gensets and with a lot of gensets overall is you end up with what's called light loading. It's where the generator doesn't see enough load to stay hot and it causes issue with the emission systems. They'll start to wet stack, so oil and fuel will come out of the damaging the emission system. With the battery system, what it does is the generator now becomes a battery charger. Everything is being drawn off of the battery. The generator is there to charge the battery, okay? So what that does for us is, because you need those high peaks, you generally have to size your generator larger than your small load. The battery does not mind those high peaks and will operate at that low load for a long period of time. It does a couple things for us that we really like. One, it totally eliminates wet stacking. The generator, when it charges it optimally, okay? Next thing it does is it reduces your fuel consumption dramatically. Generally what you're gonna see is your average loads are gonna be 3, 4, 5% load on the generator, maybe up to 20%. Your peak loads are where it takes it up to the peak. So what it'll do is the load will be running on battery 3 to 4 hours when sized properly. Generator will fire up, run for 45 minutes, and drastically reduce the amount of fuel, up to 80% reduction in fuel consumption. As the generator's not running, you're not burning that fuel. You're also eliminating a lot of the carbon footprint, the emissions coming off of the generator. As well, we are able to program them. You're talking about a residential area. Sound is very important. We have a very quiet generator to begin with, but we can actually cycle the charge time to bring that battery up to a full state of charge before you go into quiet time, and generally run off of the battery for that whole evening or one charge during the night, dependent on load. 80% fuel reduction, 70 to 80% emissions reduction, and with the generator running so much less, your maintenance also goes down. You go from doing on a triple shift or a 24/7 operation, you're looking at 21 days for a 500-hour oil change. Depending on load draw, you're pushing your oil changes out from 3 months to 6 months between each oil change, drastically reducing your costs on that as well.